About 8 months ago, I had a life-changing experience. Some may say it was for the negative, some may say for the positive. I'm trying to look at it as a positive. It totally changed my relationships, my health, my work, everything that I wanted to do. Totally blindsided me. There was nothing I could do about it. And I'm just kind of glad that I caught it before it kind of went any further. I truly could have been in a lot of trouble. About 8 months ago, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. It doesn't seem like that a big deal, but at the age of 32, when you need to change your entire eating habits, when you have to change your entire exercise habits, your work habits, everything that needed to change, there's a lot of foods that now could be very detrimental to my health. The way I figured out that I had diabetes, I did get a diagnosis from the NHS, so big up the NHS because they're doing everything they can for us, and we are grateful. We are glad that you are there doing what you're doing for us, and the fact that I don't have enough funding baffles me, but this isn't what this is about. I go to the gym quite regularly, and I was quite happy with my gym progress. I was lifting bigger weights than normal. I was losing a lot of weight. I was like, cool, my healthy eating's going really well. And then all of a sudden, on my left leg, I started feeling this pain, and I couldn't explain it. It just felt like I was slower. Like my left leg was just a bit slower than my right. And as the weeks and the months sort of progressed, it got to the point where I could hardly walk on my left leg. I was limping. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought maybe I've pulled a muscle, or I've done something in the gym. So I stopped going to the gym. And because I stopped going to the gym, my healthy eating patterns weren't as, say, prominent as they should have been. But I was still losing weight. So I went to the doctor. I said, listen, I've stopped going to the gym. I've stopped eating healthily. Realistically, I should be getting fatter. I should be putting more weight on, but I'm still losing weight. So they immediately called me and said, come to the practice. Big up Govanhill Health Centre. Thank you for all your hard work. I appreciate it a lot. They called me in. I did a urine test there and then, and I did a blood test. So my blood sugar levels were at 45 when I went into hospital. Now, if you know anything about diabetes or you don't, a normal blood sugar level for diabetes type 1 people you want to try and aim for is between 4 and 10, right? So that's like a good range. 10's on the higher of the range, but that's the green range. That's what they tell you. If you go above 10, it goes into yellow, and you're slightly higher. If it goes above, I think it's 15, you're in the orange, which is then considered very high. I was 30 above that when I went in. I had a thing called ketones. My blood, I can't remember the exact name of the thing, but essentially, my blood was my blood was turning acidic and like killing itself. I was in ketosis for like 2 months, which is when your body can't process sugar. So if you don't eat sugar in your diet, you can go into a thing called ketosis. It's the keto diet, or the Atkins, I think it was, where your body starts to eat fat as its main source of energy. Now that's what my body did, because my pancreas decided, nah, we're not going to give the cells out, or my body was like, nah, we don't like the insulin cells. So all this sugar was stored in my blood. I was peeing all the time to try and get the sugar out, but I was so thirsty all the time because I was peeing all the time, and I couldn't process the sugar. But that just made me want to eat more sugar. It was a whole thing. But my blood essentially was not doing what it should be doing. My body went into ketosis. It started eating all the fat, which is why I lost a lot of weight. But then it started eating my muscles, particularly in my left leg. I don't know how that works, if it was so targeted, but and yeah, so it started eating my muscles as well. And don't get me wrong, best weight loss method ever. You heard it here first. I've been trying to lose weight for years. So yeah, I'm kind of grateful about diabetes, but I'm also not. I had to leave my good job, which I was gutted about. I have to change everything I eat. My favorite things to eat were pizza and bread and pasta and rice, potatoes, all these starchy carbohydrates. I can eat them, but it just skyrockets my sugar level. So it's been really, really difficult. Relationships have suffered as well. I've had the point where my blood sugars have been so high that I've went into diabetic rage, which is a whole nother video I'm going to have to make, because that is something that happened to me and it's scary as hell. Yeah, I mean, if your blood sugars go too low, you could literally just die in a fit, seizure, and die. So living on the edge, shall we call it, is pretty brutal. I don't wish this upon anyone, but as I say, I'm kind of grateful for it because it has given me the ability to give myself a kick up the butt. It's given myself the ability to go, you know what, maybe you weren't eating the right foods anyway. Maybe you should be eating less bread and more pulses or whatever, you know. But yeah, it's just been quite scary, and it's taught me a lot about myself and my habits. Because I wasn't very organized as a person before, as I say, at age 32. But now I'm a lot more organized because I have to make sure I'm eating at certain times. But I still struggle to do that though. I don't always do that. I don't always remember to take my insulin. I don't always remember to, check my bloods. I don't always remember to ensure I've got sugar on me when I'm going out about in case I hit a hypo. It's a battle. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a real struggle to process this and physically maintain this diagnosis. Like my pancreas works manually. I need to manually. I've got a manual pancreas now in the form of an insulin pen. There's no point in having a pancreas. I mean, someone in the comments tell me if there's any point in having. Probably is. It's not just insulin, I don't think. Hopefully. So yeah, if yeah, it's been pretty scary. Pretty scary. I went into the hospital. They pumped me full of water because I was so dehydrated. They pumped me full of insulin as well. So they brought my sugar levels of 45 down to something much better. But for the first 24 hours, I was in hospital for 3 days. For the first 24 hours, every hour they were finger pricking my fingers, which is not fun, isn't it? You can probably tell it's not fun. They take a needle, they hit your finger, you start to bleed, then they take a tab, and I'll maybe show you how to do that in another video. But yeah, every 2 hours, and obviously you can't really sleep. Every hour or so, you can't really sleep because every hour you're getting finger pricked. And if you are sleeping, they just do it anyway, and you wake up and you're like, "Fuck, someone stabbed me!" But it ain't finger licking good. I can tell you that for free. Went to the hospital. There's another diabetic thing. It's like a 3-month average of your blood sugars, and my 3-month average was 157. I think the average that you needed to have, I think the normal average for people was like 50. So I was like way, 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 way up. But yeah, I was in there for 3 days, and then honestly, thank you to the doctors and nurses that looked after us because you were amazing. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I had some friends that came up and saw me as well, so I appreciate them. Yeah, so scary, sketchy. I got home and then I was assigned to the New Victoria diabetes team, and oh my God, they're so fantastic. Like, as I say, I am not organized with this at all. I'm getting better, but it was 8 months ago. I'm still not really getting my blood sugar to be in a reasonable, all right level consistently, but I can get it and I can correct. But all the information that they gave me and all the help that they've been offering, even when it's things like, hey, you've got an appointment at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I phone them up and go, hey, listen, I'm not very good at waking up in the morning, so can we organise this for like in the afternoon? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, no bother. Or if you do miss, they phone and go, is everything okay? Please tell me that you're not dead. And I'm like, I'm not dead. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Whatever happened, happened. I couldn't make it. They're very understanding. They're very patient. And I think that I feel like they've given me a little bit more leeway because of my age. And that's, honestly, that's so nice. I can't thank them enough, honestly. So yeah, I've got diabetes type 1. It's not fun. It's not fun, but I'm trying to make the most of it. I thought I'd just like pop onto YouTube. I tried to set up a TikTok, but TikTok's not really my game, man. It's like consistent every day. I like the long form content. I like having sides on my videos, you know, but I will post on TikToks and stuff like that, I suppose. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge. It's a journey. If you've got type 1 diabetes, holler. If you are in Scotland and Glasgow, give us a shout. Like, I really want to try and meet more diabetics to be able to go, what the fuck are we doing? And they're all like, we have no idea either. And I'm like, cool, cool, cool. That's fine then. As long as no one knows what they're doing, I'll get away with it. But yeah, it's a journey, it's a process, it's shit. If this is something that can interest you, oh, like what even? Like, I'm gonna try and post a couple times a week, just with an update and different videos. I might do especially videos about how I inject my insulin, or how I change my sensor, all that jazz. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. If you like to hear about my suffering and my victories, then keep up, get that bell hit, and yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for working. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like this. As I say, I will be posting more. So yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.